It's really amazing that he's still in the world title hunt into his 18th season on the championship tour, Mitch.
And as you said, relevant, Joe. That is a key word right there. Number 12 in the rankings right now, coming up against number 23. We talk about longevity. He's had it.
We saw David's up and down. This was Jordy's opener during the break.
Yeah, and this came in as a good score, close to a 7-point ride, Joe. Massive layback right there for the big boy from Durban. And we talked about that strong onshore wind that we should be seeing this afternoon. Luckily for us, it is still relatively light. Beautiful combination of turns on the outside and crisp surfing right there.
Here we go. Deivid Silva getting the first wave in the matchup with Jordy Smith, and he stumbles quickly there to get a short up and down, and we've already got our priority rotation set for heat number 11 of the round of 32. Joe Turpel paddling into position is Deivid Silva, 5th year on the championship tour, setting up that backhand, trying to hang the fins out to dry through the whitewater section. Draws out that bottom turn, but hangs it up on that last section and ends up losing the wave. What went wrong here?
Yeah, just pushed a bit too hard on the second one, Joe. First turn was critical. It was nice and crisp. Took him a little while to ride out of it, but you can see right here, once he gets back to the open face, just goes a bit too hard for how soft the section was right there and loses control of his fins. Once again, though, I mean, he gets the right section, Joe, and he is just belting that thing. First turn is really an example of that. And then right here, makes it back to the open face, regains some speed, and just goes a bit too hard for how that section shoulders off right there at the end. So an unforced error, but we are talking about one of the best backhands ever on the World Championship Tour, Joe. Look at that torque, the amazing amount of pop he gets off of the bottom turn. Not the right section, though, at the right time. Was looking for something a bit on the lower tide right here, Joe. Just going to be a throwaway for DVD. Leo's just an alpha, though. Knowing him, he wants to go pedal to the metal at the beginning of that heat right there.
Little chip roll in from Deivid Silva under priority deep on this one, and he'll just step off. He was just trying to see if he could create a moment under priority of Jordy Smith.
Fire up first. Whoa, he's looking sparky on this wave. Style really suits this wave. Oh, that was sick. And he's cut back. It's looking like Stranger Than Fiction all over again. He's driving big blowtail finish. Oh, he's gone to Lawrence McGarity on the finish. And another. Woo!
Crushing sections down the line.
Then no stranger to fiction right here, Joe. I mean, seriously, this is vintage Jordy Smith. Down the line floater into the lip for the second one, and this is the one that Connor liked. Bangs the fins on the outside, and you can see right here, for a guy this big to move that quickly in transition, really difficult, but to regenerate speed is the really highlight of this wave right here, Joe. To be able to get that extra pump once again, make sure that your timing is perfect with this wave right at the end. Good stuff. It should be a decent backup for Jordy. But look, to be able to get that low on a wave that small the way on the inside with this high of a tide, talking about a 36-year-old gentleman, 37 now actually, for Jordy Smith. 18 years on tour. But a key highlight right there, Joe, Jordy's been on tour the entire time he's been making all these films. So balancing everything, family life back home, that's a real stud right there in the red jersey.
All a part of the great cause here at WSL One Ocean. As we go back to a fired up backhand to Deivid Silva. There he likes to hang the fins out, but it's letting him down now, and a couple of times in this heat. These are opportunities that he's letting go by against one of the greatest on tour. But incomplete once again, Mitch.
Yeah, it's the same exact result then on the second to last wave. Another 2.33 right here, Joe. Just too soft of a section. And as you said, you want to see him get it going because there ain't many opportunities out there at the moment. And you can see right here, it's just the release is so good. There's just not much pushback from the section when he's actually hitting the lip line, though. You can see right here in comparison to the first one, he goes even beyond vertical and pushes harder than he did on the first section, but just not the same kind of response and pushback that we're seeing.
As we see Deivid Silva starting to track down the line. Let's see if he can land one of those fin throws or go to the air. Reaching for a solid punt, a big backside rotator, but it couldn't find the landing.
personally, I think any kind of variety you bring is good to me, Joe.
I like it too. Jordy Smith looking to better at 4.67. The South African stepping into that first section. Classic strike off the coping. Finding a nice space for the second turn. Out in front, there comes a nice open face hook. Drives into a nice clean finishing move. Just classic Jordy Smith. Really surfing those sections up based on his precision and timing.
Now it's a double-digit requirement, Joe.
52 seconds to go. Deivid Silva potentially on his last wave of the matchup. He's just going to stretch it out. Down to the bottom, first turn, backhand hook. Flows right into the next. Big fin throw over the section. And then a late reverse hit. It's just been a story of falls for Deivid Silva throughout this heat. Controlled win from the big man.
Yeah, very intelligent, efficient too, Joe. 3 waves, throwing away a 4.67, which still had him very much in the lead. And once again, board looks amazing. Shout out to Graham. Jordy Smith into the round of 16, Joe.